Hey ladies, here are 2 minutes on why you should stop wearing plastic underwear. Hey, I'm Beatrice, I'm the anti-plastic lady. You should just wear cotton underwear because all plastic is toxic.
So we've already known that women that wear plastic underwear have a higher chance of getting UTIs, but now it looks like there's an even worse risk.
The plastic that's used specifically for underwear has shown to leach harmful chemicals into your body. So all plastic is toxic because it leaches not only microplastics, right, the physical pieces of plastic, but it also leaches lots of chemicals from that plastic. The microplastics will help bring those chemicals in, but those chemicals leach off on their own as well, okay? Polyethylene terephthalate, aka polyester, has hundreds of chemicals we know to be hazardous to human health. There was a recent study that looked specifically at ladies' underwear and the chemical migration of bisphenols. Now, most people know about BPA. That is one out of that whole family of chemicals. Other chemicals are just as bad, if not worse, than BPA is. Researchers from this study found that concentrations of BPF and BPS were actually higher than that of BPA, and the migration rates of BPS and BPF in artificial sweat were significantly greater than that of BPA. And so BPS is linked to many of the same health impacts as BPA. However, it is thought to be about 250 times more potent because it takes our body longer to metabolize it and excrete it. Right? BPS is linked to endocrine disruption like obesity and diabetes, endometriosis, PCOS, and infertility. And when children are exposed to it, it actually leads to neurodevelopmental issues. The levels of these two bisphenols that would come out of underwear, specifically under more moist environment, would exceed the daily tolerable intake as set by the EU for these chemicals, and it was of concern.
Researchers found that the levels that leached out of underwear, specifically these bras and panties, were so great that it would represent almost half of what an adult could possibly tolerate in a day.
Having any chemical in contact with your skin in your private parts is serious business, okay? So when these chemicals are absorbed, it goes directly into our bloodstream.
And the skin in that area is far more permeable. Chemicals get absorbed far more easily there than anywhere else.
Now, just so you know, one of our other big sources of BPS and BPF is actually from thermal receipt paper. And what's interesting here is that the darker underwear tended to have more of the bisphenols, right? Which is interesting because it probably had a lot to do with color transfer, just like it would in thermal receipt paper. In general, it is super easy to find just cotton underwear. Even if it has a touch of elastane, it is better than it being 100% polyester or nylon.